This is the story of my journey from the depths of despair to the warmth of divine love. A story of transformation, healing, and faith. My childhood was marked by pain. My stepmother, Carol, abused me with a whip, and my father allowed it. Carol's lies and cruelty were a daily torment. Eventually, I was placed in a foster home, and then a detention home in Hampton, Virginia called Less Secure. Despite being a straight-A student who despised violence, my life was a constant struggle. The boys' home in Norfolk, VA, was a nightmare. It was full of emotionally disturbed boys who were extremely violent. I was beaten up at least twice a day. I learned to fight from the priests who ran the boxing club. I became an undefeated boxer, but I also became someone I hated. I was on the path of becoming a serial killer, enjoying the misery of others. I targeted black boys driven by hatred and a twisted sense of justice. My outlook on life was filled with hate and violence. Then I met Mary at the detention home. She was my beacon of hope. I ran away to be with her in Newport News, Virginia, escaping the misery of my life. Mary didn't see me as a boyfriend, but she and her mother let me stay. They were penniless, and we were starving daily. I developed pneumonia, losing weight and strength. I would beg for money just to survive. One day, I noticed a man sitting on a fence. He smiled at me, and I thought he might be dangerous. But something about him was different.
Do you have any spare change? Why are you here every day?
I'm here for you.
He said he was there for me. I thought he might be crazy, but I followed him.
Your father loves you.
How do you know my dad?
Not your dad, your father.
He spoke of the way and Jesus. I was skeptical, but something kept me listening.
Can I pray for you?
Okay.
He prayed, and a light from the heavens enveloped me. It was warm, loving, unlike anything I'd ever felt.
Take a deep breath.
I did, and I was healed. My pneumonia was gone.
Jesus is with you. He loves you and will never leave you.
He gave me $5 for food, hugged me, and then he was gone. A few days later, I was caught by the police and taken to the hospital. The doctors couldn't explain my miraculous healing.
These x-rays don't match the old ones. There's no scarring.
I knew my Father in heaven healed me. That encounter changed my life. The narrative you just witnessed is a true account. It is important for you to understand that my experiences have not turned me into a religious zealot. I have never felt comfortable within the confines of a church or among those who are overtly religious. Instead, I have come to understand my own identity and now seek to educate others based on my experiences. I do not subscribe to the doctrines of the Bible or any other religious texts. However, I know with certainty that Jesus is real. I have additional stories that attest to the miraculous, and if you found this one compelling, I encourage you to like and subscribe to this channel. In the early 1980s, I lived on the streets, traveling from Virginia to California and many places in between. Through these experiences, I have come to appreciate the presence of a good and loving Father who assured me he would never abandon me. My trust lies in Jesus, not the version many religious people profess, but the real Jesus who came to rescue me. For me, it is not about faith or the concept of sin. It is about a profound knowing, and that knowing is what matters most to me.